Ladies and gentlemen, this is Claude Code. It is an AI that lives in your editor, it sees your project files, and it builds your project for you. By the end of this video, you will have it installed, you will understand how it works, and you'll have built your first project with it. Let's get rolling. Okay, so if you've used ChatGPT or Claude in the browser, you're probably used to copying things in, pasting them out, finding an error, grabbing the error, putting it in, it explains it, and it's this back and forth process. Claude Code removes all of that. Claude Code actually lives inside of your project. It sees your files, edits them, runs commands. You talk to it in plain English, and it just does the work. You don't have to copy, paste, or tab switch around. That's why it matters. That's why it's so efficient. That's why Claude and Anthropic have been so successful. And that's why you should learn it. So let's get it set up. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to Google Claude Code, and I'll click on the first one. And here I'm going to have this install command. Now, I am on Mac OS Linux, so I'm going to click copy, head over to a terminal, and I'm going to go ahead and paste this in. So that's going to install Claude Code for me. Now, in order for this to work, I do have to have a Claude Pro subscription, which is $20 a month. So we can see it says installation complete. Mine was actually already installed. And for you, when you actually authenticate to Claude, you're going to need an account with the subscription in order to get in. So next, I'm simply just going to type Claude, click enter. And again, it's going to take you through that authentication step. Now, this is Claude Code in the terminal. However, I prefer to use Visual Studio Code and IDE so that I can still see the files and I still have a little bit of wherewithal as to like what's going on. So I'm going to Control C out of here, to the terminal, and we'll open up Visual Studio Code. And no, you don't have to use Visual Studio Code. You could use a terminal, you could use JetBrains, you could use whatever IDE you like. VS Code just makes it visual for me, and that's why I like it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to X out of this on the right, and I'm going to open up this terminal down here on the left, or rather on the bottom. And I can see that I'm in this directory, test for Claude, and there are no files in this directory. And I've got to give you another heads up. I do know some software development basics. I know what a framework is, I know what a web server is, I know what Git is, and I know how to move around a file system with commands. These are all useful things to know. You don't have to know them. And for what it's worth, I actually learned all of these things doing exactly what you were about to do. So you just pick it up naturally. There's going to be a lot of stuff that you're going to have to ask Claude about at the beginning. That's totally fine. So don't let any of that stop you. So let's build something. We have, again, this empty folder and we have nothing in it. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type Claude so that I have this open down here, and I'm going to give it a prompt. And simple as that, just like I would with ChatGPT, except Claude has access to actually write files here. So we'll tell it, build me a personal portfolio site, hero section with a name and tagline, about session, and a contact form, make it clean and modern. Okay. And so I tell Claude what to do, and it's going to rip, and we're going to let it rip. Now, it's also telling me what it's going to do. It says empty directory. I'll create this portfolio site for you with separate HTML, CSS, and JS files. That's not ideally how I would do it, but that's fine. We're just going to let it rip. Now, there are some things where it says, hey, do you want to allow me to make edits to this file? I am going to go ahead and click yes. So you approve or reject every edit as it goes. And we can see on the sidebar here that as it's creating these things, well, my files are appearing in the file system. It was kind of crazy to me when I first realized that a website is just a bunch of files. It's just a folder full of files and maybe some other connections to other things, of course. And do you want me to make an edit here? We're going to go ahead and go yes, and it creates our styles.css. Now, if you want it to just run, you can actually run it with this switch, dangerously skip permissions. So you would run Claude -- dangerously skip permissions, and it will just go, and you don't have to approve anything. That name is appropriate because that is dangerous. Now I can see I have these, these components, this styling, this main.js that Claude has just written for me. And so it says, here it is, 3 files created. Here's what's included, index.html, and it tells me what everything is, styles that are going to be my styles and how things look in this index.html, and then main.js. And so it says to preview it, open index.html in a browser. To connect it to a real backend, replace the await, and we could just tell Claude to do that as well. Okay. So let's go ahead, go here, and I'm going to go ahead and just open with Live Server. If you don't have Live Server, that's an extension on Visual Studio Code. It's going to be down here on these 4 boxes. You can just look up Live Server, and you can install it there. But I already have it installed. So I right-click index.html, and I say Open with Live Server. Let's check it out. Here's what I've got going. Hello, I'm Jake Hallberg, building secure, scalable software and the tools developer love. Beautiful. Learn more. Okay, it'll take me down here. It's got this nice JavaScript that moves me from different parts of the pages smoothly. Let's work together, contact me. So it's very basic. This was the first shot, but how long would this take someone to actually learn to develop those 3 files? You'd have to learn a lot of JavaScript. You'd have to learn a lot of HTML. you'd have to learn a lot of CSS. Claude Code just did it in a matter of 1 minute and 3 seconds. So now we can iterate here as well. And this is where Claude really starts to separate itself. So I'm going to say add a dark mode toggle in the top right that remembers my preference. And we can see it's reading files. It is using tokens. It is taking time, but it's actually just doing the work. And it's not starting over either. It remembers what's in there. It's saying, hey, do you want me to make this edit? Yes, go ahead. Looks good. And then if I actually want to view the files and see the things that have changed, I can still do that. I can still see the diffs. I can still see where things are added in. Do you want me to make this edit? Go ahead, make the edit. I trust you. You want me to make this edit? Yes, please. And so it's editing these existing files. It's adding logic. It's keeping everything consistent. And the point is that it has context. Go ahead and go yes and yes. Okay, so it says done. Here's what was added. Toggle button in the top right of the new of the nav. Sun icon in dark mode. Moon icon in light mode. Let's go ahead and check out our dev server. We can see it's made some changes. It looks like, did it add that? I don't know if that was here before. It's made some changes. And here's my toggle dark mode. I'll make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see it better. I can toggle it into light mode. And I can toggle it back. And if I refresh, it remembers. If it's light mode and I refresh, it remembers. That's beautiful. Okay, so preference persisted in local storage under the key theme, light or dark. So now let's say I do want to actually start to learn a little bit of the syntax. I want to understand, hey, what is going on here? Well, I can ask Claude things about that as well. I can say, hey, explain how the dark mode toggle works. And if I just drag this up so I can see a little bit more, it says the toggle works in 3 parts, and it'll give me the code run synchronously. So it'll give me this long explanation about why it works the way it works, what is actually changing with these CSS variables, click handler, saving the preference. So there's a lot going on in the code. And if I wanted to get to that level, I could absolutely use Claude to help teach me what we're doing together. Now, this is honestly how you learn really well. This is how I learned to be a agentic developer. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I could write all of this JavaScript, all of this CSS, and all of this HTML. I mean, I'm sure that I could, but it would take me an exceptional amount of time compared to what Claude is doing. And Claude Code makes this learning cycle really, really, really fast. So now you've got efficiency, you've got speed, and you have a senior engineer who can not only do things for you, but can also teach you things. Now, one more thing before we wrap up. At the root of your project, you can also create this file that's called Claude.md. I'm going to create that. Claude Code is going to read this Claude.md every time it starts. And this is going to be your preferences, your rules, your project context, all in one place. So a simple one might be something like this. We might put our project context, personal portfolio site, Next.js and Tailwind. Might put preferences. Hey, I'm not a professional developer. Keep the code clean and simple. Explain what you're doing and why. And we might put some rules. Explain before you're making changes. Don't delete files without asking. That's a good one. Keep components small. Diagnose before fixing. And you can put any rules that you want in here so that Claude has this context every time you initiate the session with it. And so without this file, you get this very generic output. And with it, everything is tailored to your project and how you work. Now you can also in Claude Code run init, and Claude will initialize this new Claude.md file for you with our code base, with the documentation. So that, my friends, is the absolute basics of Claude Code. It's the foundation. It's everything you need to start building today. Now, Claude Code goes way deeper than this. You have custom agents, you have skills, you have these MCP servers that you can connect to different tools like GitHub and Notion and Gmail and Google Drive. And we could cover all these things in a future video. But what I want is for you to go install Claude Code, open up Visual Studio Code, make a new folder, and just type Claude and build something cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. Be safe, be smart, make some good decisions, and good luck building out an insane app with Claude Code. Bye.